Hello there. My name is Tanner, and I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Just wanted to let you know that I'm currently filming with my cat sleeping on my lap, so if you see movement and or hears any strange noises, it's probably him. Now that we got that out of the way, today's video will be a sequel to last week's video. Link will be in the cards and in the description down below. It essentially deals with Amaterasu and her strained relationship with her brother Susano'o. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, without further ado, here is my interpretation of the story of Amaterasu and the cave. Time had passed since the god Izanagi divided the world between his three children. Amaterasu, goddess of the sun, ruled over the day, while her brother, Tsukuyomi, god of the moon, ruled over the night. Finally, their brother Susano'o, god of the storms, ruled over the roaring waves of the sea. Now, over time, Susano'o had garnered a reputation for trouble, and as it stood, Izanagi decided he needed to do something about it. "Susano'o, my son," he said. "Yes, my father," Susano'o replied. "I have a job for you to do, Susano'o." "Of course, father. Anything." "I need you to visit the underworld, Yomi, for a while. See what you can learn from the rulers there." However, Susano'o was not happy, because he figured his father was just trying to get rid of him. He decided that before he went, he would visit his sister and bask in her rays. And so he set off to her palace in the east, and when he reached it, he knocked on the door. "Susano'o, dear brother," Amaterasu asked suspiciously, "what are you doing here?" "Dearest sister," he replied, "father wants me to visit Yomi for a while, and I'm not sure when, or even if, I will see you or Tsukuyomi again. Please, my sister, grant me the honor of one final game before I go." Amaterasu was suspicious of this request, but her curiosity won out. "What kind of game do you have in mind?" she asked. "A simple contest of god-making," he replied. "Whoever makes the most and the best gods wins the contest." Amaterasu was intrigued. "What materials will we use for making these gods?" "Whatever material we choose," came the reply. Amaterasu thought this over, and she finally agreed. The competition was set, and both gods set to work. Amaterasu crafted 3 goddesses from the shards of Susano'o's best sword, while Susano'o crafted 5 gods from the jewels of his sister's favorite necklace. "I win!" they both said at the same time. They both became annoyed at the other for wanting to be the best. Eventually, Amaterasu accepted the notion of a tie, but Susano'o was not having it. Soon he became so angry and so jealous at his sister that he threw a flayed pony into her weaving hall. This act was such a gross violation of the laws of hospitality that one of Amaterasu's handmaidens dropped dead on the spot. This was the final straw for Amaterasu, and she became so upset that she hid in a nearby cave and would not come out. This was, of course, very bad news for the world above, for without her rays, everything became cold and dark. Nothing would grow, and all the people and animals began to starve. Worse yet, demons, spirits, and monsters began finding their way out of Yomi, and tormented anyone within reach. So all the other gods called an emergency meeting to see what they could do to lure Amaterasu out of the cave. "What if we let loose a flock of roosters outside the mouth of the cave?" Raijin, god of thunder, suggested. Yeah. That way Amaterasu will hear their crowing and think it's time for morning," his brother Fujin, the god of wind, elaborated. They had nothing else to think of, so they put this plan to action at once. They released an entire flock of roosters in front of the cave mouth and waited. Unsurprisingly, this plan did not work. What if we put a bronze mirror in front of the cave, so Amaterasu will be lured out by her reflection? Tsukuyomi suggested. The other gods agreed and put this new plan into action. They crafted a large mirror made out of bronze, polished to a brilliant shine, and set it on the other side of the cave entrance. However, sadly, this idea was a bust as well. Finally, Omoikane, god of intelligence, wisdom, and learning, decided on the next plan. He summoned Uzume, goddess of laughter, parties, and the dawn, to lure Amaterasu out of the cave by doing what she did best, aka dancing in front of the mouth of the cave. Uzume, unsurprisingly, heartily agreed to this proposal. So she set a metal wash basin upside down on the ground outside the cave and began to dance on top of it. This dance was both beautiful and yet very sensational, so much so that all the other gods gathered around her burst into shrieks of raucous laughter. Meanwhile, inside the cave, Amaterasu heard the laughter and the cheering of the crowd, mingling with the loud beating noises of bare feet on a metal surface, and found that her sullenness was overtaken by her curiosity. As she slowly approached the entrance to the cave, she suddenly was dazzled by her beautiful reflection in the bronze mirror, and soon felt herself being led out of her solitude. Soon enough, she had joined the crowd around Uzume and was laughing raucously along with them. While she was distracted, some of the other gods rolled a large stone in front of the cave mouth, so that no one could retreat into it again. And so Amaterasu took up the mantle of Sun Goddess once again, and unsurprisingly, Susano'o was subsequently banished to Earth for causing the whole mess in the first place. But his story, though not over, is for another time. And there we have it. That was my interpretation of the story of Amaterasu and the cave. If you like this video and you want more, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below so you don't miss any new videos. Also, if there are any other ideas that you want to see in future videos, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below and it might just happen. Alright, well that's all the time I have for this video, so I'll see you all next week with a brand new one. See you then!